Sir, please do not dress in the courtroom. It's not that type of party here. You do that. I will make it my business to come to your office unexpectedly. Whether you have a client in your office or not, I will come in your office, sit on your desk, and purposely put some paper down on your desk. If you don't answer, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Oh, this is turning out to be a bad day for some people. Bashan, people at the jail have joined our book club. So the first book they're going to be reading is The Inmate. But yeah, it is. But I will tell you, so we're just going to set our book club meeting for Don't Let Her Stay. And I figure we're just going to do it. A good day to do that would probably be Monday, right? Monday, what is that? Monday, the 21st? Yes. So Monday, the 21st, we're just going to have our book club meeting. We're going to get it out there. We're going to do it. Okay. And we're going to do it at 1:30. Okay. So we're just going to make it happen. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, let me know you are here. If you don't answer, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. In custody, we have Nelda Rios, John Jett Ellis. John Jett Ellis. I know there was some traffic on the freeway. Kevin Young. Oh, this is turning out to be a bad day for some people. Mark Anthony Rodriguez. Nicholas Cornelius. Thomas Blinko is in custody. Michael Herrera. Thank you. In custody, we have Kenan Brown, Miguel Rangel. Amanda Griffin. Amanda Griffin. In custody, we have Chris Lynn, Derek Reyes. Thank you. David Duenas. Thank you. Michael Ball. Michael Ball. I don't know what to do with all those vowels. That's my problem. Delina Glass. Delina Glass. In custody, we have Abdul Halik Alanezi. Christopher Morrison. Here. On that last name, I closed my left eye. That helped me pronounce it. In custody is James Ray Hernandez, Alberto Soto. Richard Ramos is in custody. MC Reed. MC Reed. We're going to find out what those first two initials stand for. And the 8 is, it's like MC Hammer, and you knew what the MC stood for. All right, Eric Flores is in custody. Bryala Butler. In custody, we have Trinidad Velasquez, Esteban Ramirez, Jordan Robbins, Matthew Dotson, custody, Neldo Rios, custody, Sean Griffin, Luis Camacho. Here, Your Honor. Thank you. All right, you don't need to be on the first row. That's for people who are late. Cristobal Miranda is in custody. Griselda Rosales. Griselda Rosales. Richard Wallace. Richard Wallace. John Jett Ellis. Kevin Young. Mark Anthony Rodriguez. Amanda Griffin. Michael Ball. Delina Glass. MC Reed. Bryala Butler. Grisela Rosales. Richard Wallace. All right, is there anyone who came in late or your name was not called? Yes. I'm sorry, what's the first name? Do you know your case number or SID number? Do you know who your attorney is? Have you had contact with your attorney? All right, just remain. We'll make sure you get to see your attorney. Anyone else over here? All right, over here. Yes. I'm sorry. Do you know your case number or SID number? Have you had any contact with your attorney? Do you know who your attorney is? All right, we'll make sure that you get to see your attorney today, hopefully. All right, which court is that? We'll let them know you're here. Yes. All right, do you know who your attorney is? Who's your attorney? Leslie Sekwanowicz. All right, have you had any contact with him? All right, do you know your SID number or case number?
Which row, sir? Which row? 118.
All right, who's with you? All right, I know your mom would have all that information. Thanks, Mom. All right, behind you. Mark Rodriguez. All right. Okay, you need to have a seat on the front row. All right, yes, sir. Have you had any contact with him? All right, just remain. We'll take care of that. All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. Today is Tuesday. It's going to be a great day. The reason why it's going to be a great day is because it's not Monday. So there has been an uptick in COVID. There's an uptick or coming back is leprosy. My understanding there's an outbreak of leprosy. So I try to keep the courtroom as clean as possible and keep it as least congested as possible. So attorneys, those files over there are for criminal trial division. Just grab your files sitting on the criminal trial division table, which is right here. On this side is family violence files. Just take your files, sit it there, and then have a seat. They're going to call you in the order of appearance. Do not approach the court unless you've conferred with the state and the defense and conferred with the state and your client. If your client is in custody, yes, you need to confer with them. Do not approach the coordinator for a reset or continuance. I'm the only person that can give you that. When you conferred and you're ready to proceed with the court, just have the clerk, let the clerk know. The clerk will place your file here, have a seat. I will call you in the order of appearance. The only exception to that rule is if an interpreter is needed. We have so few interpreters that interpreters get leapfrogged to the front of the line so they can go to another court. When will you need an interpreter? If your client does not wish to communicate in the English language, you're going to need an interpreter. It does not matter if you speak their language, we need an interpreter. If you have someone who is in custody and you request them, do not leave the courtroom because the deputies are in charge of security and they can only have so few inmates in the box. Sir, please do not dress in the courtroom. It's not that type of party here. All right, so when you request your inmate, you can step outside and put it on. When you request your inmate, do not leave because if you leave, guess what? You're being a little bit selfish because that means that if there is another colleague here who wants an inmate brought out, they cannot have them brought out because your client is taking up a seat. This area here, Travis, can you raise your hand? See Travis there, you see that door? That's where inmates come out. Do not block that area. I've already told the deputies if they need to do something for security reasons and you're in the way, oh well. Now, this side on the left, you know what the oh well means. I should say yada, yada, yada. On this side is the court reporter. Diana, can you raise your hand? That's her office. Do you see all this equipment that's sitting there? All of that equipment is attached to a computer. Her equipment costs $10,000. Do not run your hand across that area. Do not lay your files on that area. Do not lean on that area. It's like Pottery Barn. If you break it, you bought it. If you disturb it and she says you broke it, you've bought it. And this area to the back is the CLO. Can you raise your hand, Bashan? That is her office. Do not put your items on her desk. Do not sit on her desk. Do not turn your back to her. Because if you turn your back to her and she's sitting down, guess what she sees? She doesn't want to see that. Now, I've given this instruction before and somebody actually went and sat on her desk and put their papers down. Here's the thing. If you do that, I will make it my business to come to your office unexpectedly. Whether you have a client in your office or not, I will come in your office, sit on your desk, and purposely put some paper down on your desk in front of your client. So please do not do that with her. Does everyone understand the rules of the court? All right, everyone, it's going to be a beautiful day. Be kind and please confer. LaShawn, I give that instruction, but people still want to put stuff on your desk. You can accidentally knock it off your desk if they do.
Okay.
Oh.
LaShawn, I wonder what Jessica Alvarez is doing. I wonder if she's up there trying to save Lupe's plants. They said Lupe is killing his plant. Oh, they say his plant is dead. I think they said it died from lack of water. Somebody, you know what? I'm going to get Lupe a plant, and you know what it's going to be? It's just going to be a fake plant. No, you can still kill a cactus.
You don't know if we see a story.
Client, are you gonna like do a?
But I gave Jessica, when Jessica left, I gave her an orchid. She was already in a relationship, but I gave her an orchid and it was doing fine. Then she left to go on vacation and she said they killed her orchid. So we're gonna have to get her another orchid.
Shout out.
Oh, hey, Jessica.
6 years Air Force, he was honorable, 2 years Navy.
Kevin, yes?
Just doing the, like when you go to Disney World and you go to every park. Like, just like all of those. I enjoy hard copies.
He's on CWI probation.
I mean, I think it's good that he served. I mean, he's
And maybe you could see if you have contact with.
it's like we talked to her and she would walk with me about watching it. So I don't know. It's like we just left their voice.
LaShawn, you're all okay with this person?
I think we're teaching about this last time actually. So.
Yes. She can be by Zoom, but I have some questions about this traveling situation. Okay, so I'm just gonna put compliance.
Yes.
We all expecting that response.
Yeah.
We are.
I mean, may I sit here temporarily, my name.
Yeah.
I was waiting on Brittany. He's still here. He probably don't know this. Y'all do that in all. It's good.
Yes, you are. I need one at the 11. One in 11.
Who is that? Is that on? The victim in my case?
Correct.
What was he put on the first one? Yes, wait, okay. How long? I don't know.
I appreciate you.
So when you put on deferred when? Do you have any other criminal cases?
That's all that, that's all that. Everything they can. Are you?
No, may I check, to see how many days you have? 2023, 6160. Really? I'm telling. CR 11792.
Do you represent him on the phone, guy? Well, I mean, because it does mention that it represents the next one, if you get it going, I'm sure it is that.
Let me just wait for my partner.
You know, Robin and Landis answered this morning. You didn't take it. You didn't.
Been in 108 days.
It also you take.
They talk to her,
But
I
they're
mean,
here at
that's-
9:01:30.
I mean, I'll make my offer, it's not gonna like, but. we have to-
Sounds good.
Well, maybe he.
I don't see that
let's-
car either.
Maybe. But I'm making this based on.
Always take.
If she wants to see
I don't think so. Yes, she mentioned that we talked to her. that it is very in the past. And so. I know that's not anything that's surprised, not weird, but that is why.
Let me check on the head and see what it said.
This sounds
2023
Give it to me.
CR 3442.
If you wanna talk to him, see if he has speak on a proposal.
Robin Hernandez? Here, okay,
I think you need,
but she's in jail.
Veterans Court, all that.
Is she on new charge or?
Okay, so in that case, yeah,
Law enforcement.
we would need to talk to her about that and get her thought on it. But,
We were here 5 days ago with this template today. For some BS this.
Cancel them?
Okay, look, it should be coming.
He said, there was only one incident about the court in the past.
So the trade places, you and him, Alanizi.
I thought it was.
Is it, who's it, who was it? What was it about? One of them.
I have to write everything down. They'll take them in Veterans Court every day.
I'm not familiar with the veterans word guidelines. Some of the
Who
others.
runs down the felony veterans?
Yeah, what's on? I don't think there's really. This is not right. Could have been, makes sense.
Garland Green, if you'll come forward. All right, were you able to get in touch with your attorney or no?
He never texts me back. I've been texting him for the past week.
All right. And can you check with the clerk?
On Garland ones, you see if you can look on and see if this takes a screen about it or not.
We'll have an attorney for you.
123.87.
That's your freak out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think you have all the.
She said they have it.
Today was supposed to be the day, last day.
Is this case indicted?
Yes,
Yes.
his last name was July 18th, but he never, that was his deadline. There's none.
Could you pull his file for me?
Yeah.
All right, just have a seat. And then before we go, follow the call of the other people. Giovanni Flemings. Giovanni Flemings. Nicholas. Carrion. Yes, if you come forward.
Yes, and she's not.
She didn't show up.
All right. Four. That's correct, right?
That's the two, pre-dated
Mhm.
and the fee is monthly.
And you haven't had contact with him?
I think that's him. The blue.
No.
That's not him.
That's him. No, that's not him.
But
All right, we'll see if we can get him here so you can have contact with him.
So
That's you. Now we got a Deputy Laura. That's going on over there.
Squeaky mouse.
Amy, I never want anyone to say, well, I'm sick and we got it from the 187. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
well, now that I know what you don't want us to say, I'm gonna have everyone tell you that.
I think it's definitely the 144th is successful, right?
Yeah.
Did everybody get it again over there?
Oh, gosh.
They did.
Which Brandon started out with.
Mhm.
And then advanced family law is a big super.
Oh,
I
wow.
think it was 1,800 people.
Well, I know someone who went on a cruise and of the 32 people who went with them, 18 got COVID.
So 18 was more.
Just filed the first warrant application allowed.
Okay.
So that was referred over to 5%.
Okay.
So.
All right. Nicholas, could I see you and your mom, please? Hi, so, hello.
Hi.
So his attorney filed a motion for an examining trial. So that's going to be heard in Judge Carruthers Court. Do they have a date for it? They don't have a date for it set yet. But so he's filed that in this court, we don't have pre-indictment cases. The only time pre-indictment cases come here is if someone requested it. So once your case gets indicted, that's when you'll start coming to court unless your attorney wishes for you to come. And how you know your case is indicted, it'll have a CR number to it. So it'll be maybe 2023, then you'll see the letter CR. That means that it's been indicted. So have you been able to get in touch with him at all?
yes, he said it was a federal court that he was gonna come here after.
All right, so if you want to wait for him here, you can wait for him here. But since he's already filed the motion for an examining trial, unless he wants something to happen with your case, nothing's going to happen to your case today. So you may want to text him and see if he wants you to stay here. Otherwise, you can let your bondsman know that you showed up today.
Okay,
And that your case is really not on the docket today.
okay. We need any documentation to take with us
No.
today or?
If there's an issue where the bondsman thinks he didn't show, you can have them call the court.
Okay,
All right, but we don't have a date to give you.
okay. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day. Hey, enjoy the rest of the day with your son now. All right.
Don't send him away because we have, it is that holiday. It wasn't normal with owls, so I don't know. There were people who order like food.
All right, can you call his attorney and see if he? All right, Mr. Green, we have you set for today and we'll have your attorney here, okay?
It's great.
Giovanni Flemings. John Jett Ellis. John Jett Ellis? Are you John Jett Ellis? Oh, just have a seat. I'm making sure you're here. You were late. Amanda Griffin. All right. Michael Ball.
There,
Where? Michael Ball.
there.
You need to have a seat on the front row. Delina Glass. Delina Glass. MC Reed. MC Reed.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe he went to county court.
All right, maybe they're gonna work out the case down there and take care of this. That's probably what's happening. Briella Butler. Briella Butler. Griselda Rosales. All right, you need to be on the front row. Richard Wallace. Richard Wallace.
Your Honor, I'm
Yes.
just over Rosales. May I confer with her in the hall?
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's make sure it wasn't another.
Sir, your cat.
No, that's fine. And Amy, are you prepared for the bundle of joy that's coming your way?
No. They told my brother, like, I'm gonna steal that baby. That little tag they have on, it's gonna be for the crazy aunt.
But you know, everything you see is so cute, right?
Oh, I mean, I have like a whole room that's becoming like full of stuff.
My mom said I made her den a hoarder's den. She's like, she doesn't need any more toys, Stephanie. I'm like, but it's so cute. She's like, don't send anything else.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay. And then the next thing you know, something arrives. So what I ended up sending, I saw this barbecue grill set. And it makes real noises like you're actually grilling. She's like, Stephanie, what's 1 year I'm going to do with a barbecue grill set? Come on. She's like, what are you? I'm like, but it's so cute. And you can, it has little,
Makes like the little like marks on the,
it
yeah.
makes marks. And if you add water, it shows smokes. She's like, what are we supposed to do with this? She says, I have no room for this.
I'm like, I know, it's bad. It's really bad. That's, I mean, it's the kind of the thing with having my son who's 26
Mhm.
and then the next grandchild being born. I mean, my mom's been waiting for this moment, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then you get a time to spend so much time with them, you know?
Mhm.
All right. Alberto Soto,
Raise the box a little, Judge.
come down, sir. All right. And Mr. Ross, you over here and your client's in the middle.
That's right. You have to tell me everything.
That's okay. It keeps my mind sharp. All right. Who's the prosecutor on Alberto Soto? It's an aggravated robbery. Where are we on discovery?
I think I have it all. I've got to review. There's some videos that I've got to review.
Okay. And has an offer been tendered?
It has.
All right, so I'm going to give you a plea deadline, Mr. Soto. And I'm going to set your plea deadline date in September. On that day, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand? All right, how old are you?
63.
All right, I'm going to set you for September 11th. And on that day, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's plea. Of course, if you decide to enter a plea bargain agreement and your counsel wants it placed on the docket sooner than that, then he can do that.
I'll come see you. I've got to look at all the videos. 5 years ago. They won't use it. I'll come see you after let you. I'll come see you, look up, okay?
Mr. Ross, have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am, I will. You always cheer me up. You always got positive.
Hey, you know what? We have to live this life, whether we want to live it or not, and
Of course,
there's no harm in being joyful.
of course, you're putting on a show for your mom too. right?
Oh, no, my mom, let me just tell you, my mom always tells us that one, things could always be worse.
Absolutely.
And two, what have you got to be, sad about? Why shouldn't you be happy? She said, you're currently alive.
All you gotta do is walk around the streets and see all the handicapped people, the sick people, the
Well-
hurt people. That's all you gotta do.
My mom also says that the only time you have a problem is if you have a problem that money can't solve. And when you think about it, if you have a problem that money can solve, it's not really a problem because it can be solved. But if there's a health issue and money can't solve that, that's a problem. So anytime it's a problem that money can't solve, that's a real problem.
Quick story, I got a son rides motorcycles.
Mhm.
About 4 weeks ago, he hit a deer. Destroyed his bike, got put in a ditch, ended up with 5 broken ribs, something wrong with his back. Went to hospital. That was kind of, well, he's already bought a new motorcycle, he's out trying to ride it. He did the same thing 10 years ago. In other words, I'm gonna tell you nothing. I had a grandchild one time. She was little. She hurt herself. She started crying. I said, sweetheart, no blood. You can wiggle your fingers. Nothing broken. Sometimes you just have to get up and get on with stuff. A few weeks later, I was in Houston playing with her. I played with her. We bumped heads. And I started, oh, gee, Dad. Sometimes you just have to get up and keep going.
Yeah.
Right back. But that's the way it is. You just gotta live life and you go forward.
That's it.
Thank you. I'll see.
All right, have a good one. Who's here on Jordan Robbins?
I am, Your Honor.
Mr. Ross, Mr. Ross.
You need to sign it.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I recognize all the attorneys. Hello. Oh, there's somebody new here. Who's new here?
Yes, Your Honor. Rick Foster, I represent one of the physicians whose documents been requested.
Okay,
Dr.
so,
Rodriguez.
all right, and who is the prosecutor on this case?
I am your honor.
Okay.
It was not my motion. The hospital.
Oh, no, no. Okay. So,
What day is it?
all right, everyone, please whisper. So, other than this hearing that we're about to have with regards to the subpoena, is there any other discovery that the state has in their possession that you need?
Your Honor, seconds before they were called up, I was advising that there was some kind of records that came in on Friday. I think it might be related to this subpoena. I haven't had a chance to review it. I was going to run upstairs and grab it.
All right, so let's see if that's it, because then you will have already turned it over to the state, if that's what it is.
We didn't turn over anything, Judge. We're asking to quash the subpoena.
Well, no, she's saying
Well, let me
that
go
she's
check.
received
It might be
something.
something
It's
separate.
on the form we got on e-discovery, it just said notice of additional discovery, but that it was checkmarked like medical records. I think it was handwritten in, and I didn't have a chance yet to talk with them about what that is.
So
We were also awaiting the remainder of the pediatrician records of the child, so it could be that too.
All right, so let's see what it is in case it is this, because sometimes people accidentally do things. And if they've accidentally already turned it over, then that's a problem not on my plate. So she's gonna go check that, then I'll call you all back up as soon as she sees what records they are.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you send? They could be. Oh, yes. But it's all that. Marina like puts on my chair. Yes, we're looking.
All right, are the parties ready on Nelda Rios? All right, court is calling 2022 CR 11792, State of Texas versus Nelda Rios. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense,
Albert Chidas for Ms. Rios.
are you Nelda Rios?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Nelda Rios who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 11792 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on April 19, 2023 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
I do gotta say, I don't remember, I do have a head injury, but
All right, she doesn't remember that she was placed on deferred adjudication. Do you know when she had this head injury? Was it before or after she was
It
placed on
was-
probation?
It was before, Judge, and she did remember earlier when we were talking. It's something that I was talking with the state and with probation about. She does have some deficits. She goes to Center for Healthcare Services for treatment.
All right, so do y'all think she's competent?
She has been, this is the first, she says she doesn't remember being on probation. And we had actually talked about trying to help her because she was homeless. There's some issues that came up. She's on SSI for her head injury, but she lost her ID. And when that happened, she got evicted from housing. So we could work something out with Haven for Hope, get them to help her get her ID temporarily.
So are you all looking to withdraw the motion and alternate main conditions?
Judge, we thought that it would be better to come and have the motion heard, but again, that's up to you.
I think it would be best probably to withdraw and alternate main conditions.
Your Honor, we were looking to maybe getting some evaluations done while she was in custody.
Ah. So what evaluations are we looking at?
The TAP
Mental
and
health.
mental health evaluation.
My only concern is I understand y'all want to do that in custody, but she's telling me she doesn't remember signing conditions or being on probation. She doesn't have a place to stay?
She was living under a bridge when she was arrested.
All right. So here's my question for you. One or two things can happen. You can remain in custody. While in custody, you will be evaluated. We can reset the motion to revoke, and you can be evaluated for the mental health caseload. Would you like to do that?
I already know that I'm not capable of, that I cannot. Like, you have to tell me all over again, because I didn't understand it.
All right, let's do this. Why don't we see whether or not the mental health court will accept her? I know they only do pretrial diversions, but if nobody's going to object to it, I'm willing to do a motion for new trial. And we can start all over, because I see I'm not the person who took this plea. So if you would check with mental health court to see if they'll accept her, because that may be the better placement for her, because I think she's going to need one-on-one care. So if you'll check with mental health court and let them know, and you'll have to let them know that she's currently on deferred adjudication, but I'm willing, if nobody objects, to hear a motion for new trial, grant the motion for new trial, because the key is to get her the mental health treatment. And this is a possession less than a gram case.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So is everybody on board with that?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset you for 2 weeks. There may not be anything completed in 2 weeks' time because mental health court will have to interview you, but I just don't want to lose track of you in the system. Okay. Do you have any questions?
No,
All right. Do you have any family?
I don't. I have that. Sometimes I don't even have money to buy me a meal.
Okay.
I haven't been able to get
I have a bank account with Bank of America, but because I don't have an ID, because when I got arrested, I was in my apartment. And it's a long story, but I had gotten a better, criminal trespassing in my apartment, and that's why I got arrested for this case. I'm sorry for it.
Oh, no.
And then we came to court and went through all this process, but being out, I don't even have money to buy me something to eat or pay for motel room because of everything I've lost. And I got arrested at the motel. And I know that I have had issues with mental health since I was 10 years old.
Okay. All right. So we're going to give you a 2-week reset. And that's just so I won't lose track of you. So now we have a plan. We're going to try to get you in the mental health court and probation. Could you see about the mental health case evaluation while she's in custody, just in case that doesn't work out?
Yes, sure.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, you're.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2-week reset on Nelda Rios, please. You're welcome. All right, so we're going to put it down for August 29th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Deputy, before you take her back, Ms. Ferguson, can you give her a reset form so she'll remember?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And then
All right, are you all ready on this case or you're still working on it?
It's kind of an interesting issue. We should probably bring your attention to it.
All right, I'll take you all up in just a moment.
Okay. Yeah.
MC Reed. Good morning. All right, Mr. Reed, you were late for court. Why?
Yes, ma'am. I apologize. It won't happen again. I had difficulty this morning. Trying to get my bearing on where it was at. Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
I had difficulty this morning getting my bearing on where the courtroom was at.
Okay, all right. So now you know where it
Yes,
is.
ma'am.
All right.
That'll never happen again.
All right, so where are we on this case?
It's a first setting, Judge. I've spoken to my client. There seem to be some parole issues that we need to get to the bottom of before we can negotiate any kind of offer.
Okay,
So we just need time to figure that stuff out.
all right. And so he has a parole hearing.
No, Judge, he's on parole. They haven't issued a violation. They haven't issued a blue warrant, anything like that. So we want to kind of tiptoe to make sure that whatever deal we take isn't a moot point.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Okay.
on this case, give me a 45-day reset.
Yes, ma'am.
You can put it down as discovery.
I can do September 28th.
All right, September 28th, just get the reset form, then you're excused. If for any reason he has a parole hearing or something on that date, just let the court know.
I appreciate it, Judge. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And whenever you all are ready on Robbins, just let me know.
Yeah, it just says patient.
Oh, yes, I saw it.
I can get back to him by the end of the week.
Okay, all right.
That's what I needed to look at the other one.
All right, thank you.
Except for the fact that if there's a bill. Oh, yeah. Yeah, government. The second thing is up.
In this courtroom session, the judge starts the day by calling the docket and making sure every defendant is present. As names are called, some people respond while others are already in custody, reminding everyone how serious missing court can be. Before the hearings begin, the judge lays down very clear courtroom rules. Attorneys must speak with their clients before approaching the bench, interpreters get priority because they are limited, and no one should block the area where inmates are brought into the courtroom. The judge also warns everyone to respect the courtroom staff and their equipment, joking that if someone damages it, you break it, you bought it. It's a mix of humour and authority, but the message is clear. Follow the rules, respect the courtroom, and be ready when your case is called. Do you think judges should run their courtrooms this strictly? Like and subscribe for more real courtroom moments.